And
we actually didn't go anywhere. They did.
So, that's right. So we left. We
just sat here awkwardly quiet. We didn't say anything to each other. It was just an awkward couple of minutes. At least at home, people thought you were going to get up and go to the fridge and get something. People don't realize what happened.
Did you want to go to the fridge while we were in the break?
He just sat there. He was staring at me, just looking at me. He didn't say anything. The last 2 minutes. Thank God you're back.
Howie, I think we're finished here. You know, I want to talk about something that I know is very important to you and very personal to you, and
right.
We've had a lot of fun. But there's a serious issue that you have had to confront in your own life.
Right.
Attention deficit disorder.
Yes.
And
what I'm doing now is I want to talk about it because it's real. You know, you think about it for children.
Yeah.
And there's a website which you should go to. It's called ADHDisREAL.com. Because if you think that you may have this issue, and I've always had this issue, and as much as the stories I tell are funny, they've also inhibited me because part of the issues in dealing with ADHD is you're very impulsive. You don't think of the ramifications. So I did things. No, I did things, but right. I didn't have a higher education. I wasn't allowed to go to college because I got thrown out of school for what you perceive as funny stories, but you know, I would have liked to have done it. And I've been married to a saint for the last 30 years, and it's very hard for me to even carry on a conversation or sit down and read something. And, you know, obviously I've gone for help, and I'm being helped, and I'm coping with it. But it is very real, and there are huge numbers of people that aren't diagnosed, that, you know, have attention.
Estimated 10 million people in America.
As adults. So if you go to this website, there's a little questionnaire, and if you fill out a couple of the answers, based on what the answers are, it'll tell you if you possibly have this issue, and if you do, then you can go to a caregiver and take the next step. So
I'm pretty sure that our producer is definitely going to be.
I'm sure. There's a lot of people that are. There are a lot of people, but you think about it as a hyperactive kid. But, you know, it's something that I deal with each and every moment.
What are some of the real characteristics of being an adult with attention deficit disorder?
Well, a big thing that's impacted me is, you know, I'm a father, and I can't tell you how many times, you know, I'm sitting, and my child comes home excited and wants to tell me a story, and then halfway through the story I hear, Dad, you're not listening, because I wander off. It's really hard for me to focus on anything. You know, I can make fun of it and have fun with it because I've got this platform, but it's not funny. And so it inhibits relationships, my work. You know, I can't really sit down and read anything. If you tell me things and give me information, I'll retain it. But and I'm impulsive, which sometimes has negative ramifications. You know, but I get myself in trouble. Everything I've ever been punished for is what they paid me for. But I'm just lucky that I found this. But I would trade it all away. You know, for the it's really hard, and I think if you don't, you'll know somebody that is suffering from at least these little issues. So it's worth it to check out, you know, Adult ADHD is Real and see if you can have.
So we're going to have the website up on the screen. That way people can go to the website on the screen of their television. You know what television is, don't you, Howie? I think you do.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah.
And we're going to have more with Howie when we come right back. Stay with us. More with Howie Mandel. Okay, so I sat and I talked to Howie the entire time during the break because I know that he really ragged on me pretty bad about the last break.
I know you were talking to me. I wasn't listening.
You see, I'm already pretty bummed out about the attention deficit disorder, and I just have become the recipient of yours.
Yeah, no, I was doing it because I just didn't care for what you were saying. I was kidding. You told me, we have the same birthday. We're the same age.
Yeah.
Him and I are going to, this year,
you told me you look younger, and it really is disgusting to me. I should have been an entertainer.
No, I don't look younger. If I grow this in, it's all white. You have your color. I have no. I'm thinking of just growing the bangs back. Just the bangs. Because I miss doing this.
Hey, Howie, I do too, and
I'm thinking of actually continuing the shaving. I want to shave the eyebrows off. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then where my bangs are, grow 2 strips of hair up here. So wherever I go, people are going, Howie, why are you so surprised? See, I'll look happier to be places than I actually am.
I think you should do that.
You do? I was just kidding.
I think it's terrible.
It is a terrible idea.
You do 200 comedy routines a year. I don't know how you keep up with that.
I mean the concerts. The concerts, yes. Yeah. I do that. I travel because I need that. I love that. There is nothing more immediate than standing in front of people, and you know that's my most comfortable place on earth is standing in front of an audience where people just want to laugh and they've showed up just to see you. And I don't have a song, and I don't have a plan, but they accept you. It's scary. It's exhilarating, but it's amazing. And I go to places that I've never been or they've never come to me, and they show up and they laugh. It's just, why would I ever give that up?
You were talking earlier about how it affects your children and the relationship with them because of the attention deficit disorder.
Right.
What are some of the kind of things that have happened that just say, oh my gosh?
Well, you know what? I also am a germaphobe. I have OCD too. But the attention deficit disorder we talked about, I'll tell you one story just really quickly. People know I'm a germaphobe, right? And my wife, I want to tell this in a nice way because this is not. Well, anyway, we were potty training my child, which is a good thing, right?
That's a good, yeah, it is a good thing.
Yes.
Especially when they were 19. Well, it's really helpful to do that.
No, you know, there was talk of not doing it to ensure she always came home early, right? So, but she was, I didn't want to really take part in the potty training because I can't shake hands, let alone, you know, clean up. And after about, I don't know how old they are when they actually are, but she was almost 2. She was a baby. This kid's like a teacher and 25 now, but she was almost 2, and this was the first time my wife was going to let me take her out alone. Like, so I went out, and within a half hour, she goes, I got to go potty. And I'm going, oh, my gosh, I can't. If you ever see me in a public restroom, it's like a scene from Cirque du Soleil. I can't touch anything on my own. I'm not going to seat my little girl, especially in a men's room. It's disgusting, right? So I said, I'll take you home. I'll take you home. So I get the baby in the car, and I put her in the car seat, and I'm driving along the Ventura Freeway in L.A., and she's going, Daddy, I'm going to make. And I go, no. So I'll take you to a gas station. I'll take you. That's how low I've come. I'm going to take her to a gas station. And she goes, I'm going to make. So I pull over to the side. We can't even make it to the gas station. I pull over to the side of the road, and there's hedges. I figure I'll put her in the we'll go. Why are you laughing? I was desperate. So I go to the hedges, and I carry my baby, and I step to the hedges. It's a ravine. I step off the hedges, and I start sliding. She starts screaming, and I'm holding on to her, and I'm sliding down this ravine, and twigs are breaking, my pants are breaking, are splitting, blood is coming out, and I slide down to the bottom, and I end up in like a marsh of sludge, and the sludge, and the baby's crying, and I'm holding on to the baby. This is because I didn't want to touch a public restroom, and I stand up, I go, sorry, honey, and I'm bleeding, and I'm wet, and I'm soaked, and she says, I have to go, and I go, and then I take off. So I take off her. She's wearing like a jumpsuit, so I undo her jumpsuit, I pull it down to her feet, and she goes, no. I go, what, no? She goes, I'm going to make on my jumpsuit. So I never had girls before. I didn't know. This is a horrible. I said, put your feet on my shoulders. You see where this is going? Go. And then, oh my God, so I'm covered in sludge. I'm bleeding. My eyes are stinging from urine. And her clothes are really wet. So now I take off her clothes. They got soaked. She's naked. And she goes, Daddy. And I got to get back to the car. I'm trying to climb up. And every time I grab a twig, it breaks and I slide back down. I'm covered in mud. I'm bleeding and urine. And she's naked and covered in mud. It took me a half an hour to get to the top. I finally get to the top 100 yards from my car. I walk out onto the freeway, and there's a screaming, little naked, mud-covered little girl and me bleeding with my pants ripped off in blood, and somebody slows down and goes, are you Howie Mandel? I go, no!
It is a wonder you're not in prison. Howie, thanks for being here, my friend. What a pleasure.
AdultADHDisREAL.com.
Well,